What the fuck up?
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo. This is Dynasty Bro Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 97, 99. I said a fake number that time.
97.
I was actually trying to see the number.
Oh, well. Shout out to my brother.
He just quit. He didn't say let's go.
I ain't even say
none of
let's
that
go.
shit.
I was trying to see the number and I realized I can't see.
It's episode 95. What is
What?
Hey, come on, man.
Ruby?
I got a little country in there.
Oh, damn. Avo, do me a favor.
What's up?
Do you got the City Girls Percolator song?
Wait.
Who requested that?
It was a special request. You got it, Avo?
Because the last time I wanted to play a City Girl song,
You came up with it on your own. It was never no special request. Vic just wanted to hear a City Girls song.
it was
So,
hot.
what am I supposed to do with this record?
Play it. Play the beginning beat.
Like this the beat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Give me a second.
Well, let me do this. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 95, episode 89. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
Got Dynasty Bro Vic. What's up, bros? Making sure we good.
Make sure we good. Hey, this is a special request from the lovely fans, the beautiful fans. If y'all ever want us to play anything, spin anything, let us know. That's what we got a fucking DJ for.
Come on, let's get it.
Even if it's City Girls.
Even if it's City Girls, I will not be coming up with City Girl tracks on my own. No heads up. So if you want to hear some of this pussy power music, that's what it is, bro.
Hey, we equal opportunity up here, man.
What they said.
All inclusive.
Yeah, what they said. I spent it off. I got it.
Jamaica trip. We got a fire episode today. We are doing Sophomore Leaps, man. I got three guys. He got three guys we're going to talk about that we expect by the end of this season their ADP to rise. Maybe they got off to a slow start. Maybe they got off to a slow finish. Maybe after that post-draft, everybody was so hype about them that they couldn't live up to it. So now they had to come back down to reality. And we think these guys are going to be better for fantasy football and for your football team this year around, man. We're all in the hype of rookie fever. But we got to remember, man, we had a stud class last year. Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it don't. So we're here to enlighten you on some guys that maybe you should target. You still got some rookie drafts coming up. Or maybe just some simple trades because some people are down on some of these guys, man, and I'd be shocked. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run through some names later from me and Dynasty Bro Vic. We got to say some good to the people. I think we got some injuries. I'm sure we're going to talk some of the new trade talk again. But, the one consistent thing that we always rock with, never going to leave, bro, if you ever take a week off, I'm going to have to stick with this. I'm going to have to do the Hood TMZ from Dynasty Bro Dot. But usually, and every week, it's from Dynasty Bro Vic. So if you're ready to get into that, bro, we can.
Hey, let's get into it. But before we do that, peep the transition from DJ Avo. See, on the money.
I know. He knew what was happening. He
Hey,
knew what
my
was
guy,
happening right now.
He be working back there. Shout out to DJ Avo.
I rock with him.
All right, man. Let's jump into it, man. Shout out to XXL Magazine. Hey, Drake won Artist of the Decade, man. So reason why I'm bringing this up, because he actually rented out one of the LA team stadium. I can't tell you who, because I didn't do all my research, but the stadium that holds 70,000 people, that one, I'm going to guess it's the Rams, bro. I think that's the Rams stadium. But, hey, he celebrated with dinner on the 50-yard line to celebrate winning 2021 Billboard Music Artist of the Decade.
Bro, pick me. I got it.
Go ahead, bro. I got a flag.
Go ahead.
So you intentionally told them he rented out a stadium just to tell them you didn't know which stadium it was?
One of them stadiums out in LA.
There's a few stadiums up there.
Hey, I'm guessing it's the Rams stadium, though.
And now you just guessing.
Somebody fact check me. We need a stat guy or a stat girl up here, man.
Hey, man, interns wanted.
He knew he didn't know which stadium, and he still ran through to intentionally tell us that they rented out a stadium, which he didn't know of. He didn't have to say that, but now we just know Vic just did half a job on his research. That's all I left this damn info with.
The whole point of this is just to celebrate Drake, man. Like, he's been doing this thing for this past decade. I will say, it seems like he took his foot off the gas a little bit towards the end, but
You think so?
I think so, man. But he's definitely.
Hey, man, that was strategic.
Hey, I
Two
think
reasons: either he didn't feel he could beat Lil Baby, or he just didn't want to go against Lil Baby. That's all I'm saying.
Or he got tired doing features because he was on everybody's shit for the entire decade. So he was working on top of dropping albums. But I think that's fire, man.
That's how you stay relevant.
Shout out to Drake in the 50-yard line at one of them LA stadiums. All right, let's keep it pushing.
It was SoFi Stadium.
I know, but I don't know which LA team played there though.
I know now.
I think it's the Rams, bro. I don't know.
Come on, I want him to be right. I just want him to be right, bro. Come on, bro. Help your bro.
All right, while he looking that up, man.
All right, I got it.
Go ahead.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, it's the Rams.
It's the Rams.
Hey, there you go.
See, I was right.
We went through all this just because my nigga didn't do this when he did his research. So we had to just spend an extra 29 seconds researching, an extra 30 seconds me calling him out just because he didn't do the research earlier.
It's cool though. I'm sure dinner's already been had and tips been left, so we good.
Drake's well deserving of that honor too.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's keep it pushing. Shout out to Philadelphia Eagles frenzy, man. Jalen Hurts officially changes his jersey number to number 1. I just want to throw it out there. You're going to see a lot of jersey numbers being changed during this offseason, especially with like the low numbers. So that's dope, man. Shout out to Jalen Hurts rocking that new number. And I believe Devonta going to be rocking number 6, man. So let us see that Alabama connection, man. I'm excited to watch the Eagles.
Shout out to Jalen Hurts going back and get his original college number. That's fire.
All right. I saw this on NFL Twitter, also on ESPN, all the talks, but I don't even know why this is news. Why are we making a big deal out of this? But Aaron Rodgers doesn't report to voluntary OTAs. Like, it's voluntary.
He never does. He is the system. He doesn't have to learn.
Exactly. I actually think he's doing the Packers a favor. Let Jordan Love get them reps. Let the backup guy, the other guy you brought in, get some reps.
Are you sure Jordan Love is the one getting the reps?
Somebody getting the reps.
Blake Bortles.
Blake. Shout out to Blake getting some of those reps.
Blake Bortles won me a championship some years back, bro. I ain't got nothing bad to say about that man.
That's what's up, man.
Big facts.
But yeah, man, but you can tell it's a light summer, man, when like we're making news out of a guy not reporting to voluntary camp, man. Like,
they just want to keep on pushing the narrative of he don't want to be there. This had nothing to do with him want to be there. He ain't been to voluntary OTAs probably in 14 years.
Don't need to go.
He's on the team.
He is the team.
He's the team.
Him and Tay Adams.
Green Bay Rodgers.
Green Bay Rodgers. The Aaron Packers. Shout out to those guys. Hey, everybody going crazy over AJ Dillon thighs and legs and camp, but we ain't gonna touch on that, man. So we're gonna get out of there.
I know, bro. You
Like the women are going crazy.
No, the analysts.
Fantasy Twitter.
Oh Lord,
okay.
bro.
So thighs matter, okay?
Just
all right, look, check this
Black
out.
thighs matter.
Black thighs matter. All right, let's see what type of time we on today. I fuck with it. All right, man, let's get into the big news of the day. Let's get straight to the shit, even though we can't get straight to it because we've been through some other shit. But shout out to Bleach Report Gridiron. Also, shout out to Shannon Sharp, man.
Uncle Shay.
Unc Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he called Julio Jones and asked him about where does he want to go. Is he leaving Atlanta? Julio, at least part of his response was, hey, I want to win. I ain't going to Dallas. I never thought about going to Dallas. So Shay Sharp asked him about Dallas because Skip Bayless was up there. That's his squad. But, of course, a lot of people in the media and just in the internet in general going crazy over that because they feel like, should Shannon Sharp have told Julio Jones that he was live on air? I'm going to look at it from the other side, man. I'm play devil's advocate. I feel like Shannon Sharp, he's a professional. He gave Julio the heads up probably. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, bro. He did.
I mean, he know the game. He's not going to just let.
That's the idea that they're going. That's the narrative they're running
Man,
with.
the whole
narrative is he called him and kind of just
unprofessional.
So Shannon Sharp ain't professional. Okay. That's
he's
what
an ex NFL player.
Exactly.
Right? So
he doesn't know how
the
to
game.
interview wide receivers. Okay, I got
Yeah,
you. That makes sense.
He know the game, and on top of that, I'm sure he gave Julio the heads up. Like, look, we're gonna be live on air. Let's flex a little bit. Let's show him I can just call you live and hey, let us know how you really feel. I mean, if you think about it, we're in an era now where guys are being more vocal and gals, no matter what sport you're in. Like, we're just in an era where people are just more open and honest with their feelings. So Julio wants out, man, and I think that just puts a stamp on it. Like, hey, here's how I really feel. I want to win. So
he said, I want to get the fuck up out of here. He didn't say fuck, but he wanted to.
Yeah.
That's how he knew he was on TV. because I think he would have been like, bro, I'm the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, he would have said,
I'm
nigga,
the fuck up
all
out
that
of here.
shit. He would have said
You
that.
can
Straight
tell he
shot.
was on TV by the way he was even answering the Dallas questions. People retarded. Like, just listen to how hesitant, bro. If you know it's just you and somebody on the phone, you wouldn't be so hesitant to be like, you know what type of time I'm on. He was basically like beating around the bush. Then he finally said, I don't plan on going to Dallas, but you know, you just get straight to it and answer the question. He gave a very interview style, I don't want to answer Cowboys question. That's how you knew he was on.
Does he get to choose where he go or something?
No.
Okay, I was just double checking.
I mean, I feel like he can work with his agent to, you know, pitch and say, hey, I would like to go here. Let's go talk to these teams.
Okay.
So I think he can navigate that way, but I don't know how the actual, is he a free agent or does he just want to be traded?
Nah, he just wants to be traded. He's still under contract. But they can save like 10 mil against the cap if they get rid of him after like June 2nd.
They should do that, man. Like, just from a financial standpoint, time to move on.
Yeah, send him to the Colts.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. I got a couple follow-up questions, Vic.
What's up?
Ideal. Give me 2 ideal teams you see, Julio. If they wants to go to a winning team, give me a 2 ideal situations from that you would want to see. Give me one from real life football and one from fantasy football.
Man, actually, my real life and fantasy is the same team, Green Bay Packers, man. And I don't know what the cap situation is like, but the New Orleans Saints taught me salary cap don't even matter. Like, they'll figure it out on the back end. So go get Aaron Rodgers, a true weapon. You got a guy that's disgruntled. You already fumbled the last year first round pick. You can clean it up real quick. Get him a Julio Jones.
That's fire.
That's real talk.
I think for fantasy, I would love for him to just go to the Colts. I think they need a number 1 receiver. They realistically have a win now team. So I think that would be nice. And then I was going to say the Packers, but since you said the Packers, I'll pivot. And I'm in between 2 teams. It's either Tennessee. Bro, can you imagine Julio, AJ, Henry?
Man, for one, that Alabama connection with Henry and Julio is crazy. They're already working out and training.
Working out together, yeah. And then the other idea situation was Buffalo. They're set up to win, and they don't giving up a first round shouldn't matter to them if they're going to go win now with their young core while Josh Allen is still under his rookie contract.
I mean, I feel you, but he clearly should go to the Jags and stand next to Tim Tebow and get that rubbed off on him. Then he won't get hurt no more. Then he gonna have full seasons. He can go play everywhere.
If I had something to throw at Avo,
come on now.
I don't really like the landing spot there, but I did like that Tennessee. I did like that Buffalo call because really he can, you know, take over that John Brown role and that, you know, occasional Gabriel Davis. So really, imagine the Diggs and Beasley and Julio. That's fire.
Yeah. All right, that's all I wanted to do with that follow up with the Julio.
All right, bros. We got some injuries, man. You want me to touch on it?
Pause.
Hey, Jeff Wilson Jr., running back for the San Francisco 49ers. He's coming off surgery. He's going to be out 4 to 6 months. So let's just call it June since it's May 25th. 4 to 6 months is October, December. He's an aging veteran. I don't see no point in rushing him back at 4 months. So I'm banking on calling it 6 months. Basically done for the season, unless they make the playoffs.
They already drafted Trey Sermon. They already drafted Elijah Mitchell. What do you need? I know they like having 3 or 4 running backs in the mix, but losing one, you still got Raheem Mostert coming back. So they still have a plethora of guys in that backfield. So it is what it is.
That's true, man. Man, I wasn't paying attention to that Jeff Wilson offseason surgery stuff. I got some Jeff I was banking on, man.
He would have been a sneaky play too.
Yeah.
And then I know the Bucs and Antonio Brown had agreed to a deal, but then they found out that he had to pass his physical because he had a minor knee cleanup. And today his physical got passed and everything is official. So he's back with the Bucs and they have their full team right back in at him. And that's a sneaky play, low-key. If you look at the back end of the season when he finally got back a little more on the healthier side and the conditioning side, you know, him and Tom Brady kind of got some rapport. So even with those other 2 stud receivers and the rapport Tom Brady has with Gronk, I think Antonio Brown isn't a bad wide receiver 4 on your team, man. Like, I think he'll have his games. I'll look out for him.
Yeah, and it looked like he started getting going around that Detroit Lions game. I know that was late in the season, but yeah, you can definitely tell that chemistry started to gel and formulate. So, yeah, man, that's what's up.
Any more injuries, buddy?
That's all I got, man. Of course, Joe Burrow's out there practicing. So, yeah.
Did you hear the voice memo DM that AJ Brown sent Julio?
Nah.
Damn. It was like, come on, man. You know, you said you want to go to a team that's going to win. He's like, I swear, bro, you can carry the shit. And if you get tired of it, bro, you know, you can pass it over to me. I'll hold the torch down for you. He was like, bro, he was just throwing his pitch.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so shout out to bro. They would be.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do with them two big ass motherfuckers, bro?
That can run through everybody. Like, you can't sleep on the Titans in the playoffs, man. We saw that not this past season, but the year before when they like blew past who they knocked off, the Ravens, and they knocked off another team. Was it the Patriots? Then they knocked out the Patriots 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was the Patriots.
Patriots, then the Ravens. Like
this year, yeah.
They still got that squad, man. Like, you know, it's fire.
Big facts.
All right, bros. Any flags on the play?
Hey, well, you got any flag on the plays? Hey, well, ain't got no flag on the plays. I don't think I got no flag on the plays when everything been super copacetic, bro.
Same, bro. All right, bro. Well, with that being said, DJ Avo, man, where can we follow you at?
Man, you can follow me at DJ Avo Love on the gram. And then you can follow me at Dynasty Bro Avo on the Twitter and at Dynasty Bro Avo on the Twitch. And make sure you follow Dynasty Bros page because I was just live on there turning up before this. We was going in. Mad you missed it. You better catch the next one. Hey, yo, Dot, what can we follow you at, bro?
Follow me at Dynasty Bro Dot on Instagram and Twitter. Follow the main Instagram handle, Dynasty Bros FF. Like DJ Avo just said, we be going live right before the podcast really starts, and he be grooving, he be juking. I'll be trying to be his hype man in the background, get my flavor on, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, bro, I was feeling myself, man. Dynasty Bro Vic, where can we follow you at, my brother?
Man, you can follow me at Chief Sosa FF. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen, Dynasty Bros FF. I'm Chief Sosa FF everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And join the Facebook community, Dynasty Bros FF Podcast. We got the merch in. I'm rocking some merch. Let me throw the banner down so I can see the We the Bros. Got the D Team hat on. I know it don't match, but it's all good, man. I'm just excited to get my damn merch in.
Merch City, baby.
Merch. I got some more merch at the crib, too.
My guy Vic already getting hit up about the intern spot.
Yeah, for fumbling the SoFi Stadium.
Hey, man, just that quick, man. Interns want it. Let's go.
Facts.
Interns want it, though. Real talk coming soon. Might as well pitch it here, just in case. You feel me? All right, since we already told the good people where they can follow us at, we didn't have any real flags. We had a couple injuries. We got past the hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Vic. Welcome to the main segment. You see how calm and relaxing that was, bro? Trying to change the energy. Sips beer. What kind of beer you got today, bro?
I got to keep it off camera, man. I've been advised to keep everything off camera.
Yeah, bro. Not a sponsor.
Can we tell them what that means?
It means not a sponsor.
Nah, what advice mean?
It means you've been fucking up, and here's a better way you can do some things.
Oh, man.
You should consider doing it this way. I'm not following. What's up?
It was wifey, wasn't it? Wifey said, "Get that shit off the camera."
It really was. Like, she was like, the other guest you had on, she had her drink, and she put it down to the side. Why don't you do that? I'm like, you right.
Hey, man. Hey, Queens come through, bro. We need them. Appreciate
That's
her.
my voice of reason, bro.
Sierra.
Shout out to the camp. Shout out to wifey. I'll be home in a minute.
Russell wasn't got a camp of one people.
One people or one person?
One people.
Y'all need to go back to school.
I wanted to sound like a lot, but it's just one. It's supposed to be even funnier. Because you say camp, it's like a bunch of people, but it's just one people.
Hey, Avo called me out.
Come on now,
I didn't even know where he was going with that, but yeah.
Come on,
it was wifey.
Shout out to sis.
Get all my legal advice from wifey.
Behind every good man.
It's a solid camp. One woman camp.
Come on now, dog.
If your household is
Come on,
paramount.
man.
She a one woman army behind Vic.
Yeah.
She got this shit on lock.
Yeah, bro.
All right, look, let's move into these sophomore leaps. Like I said, these are guys that we expect to rise in ADP by the end of the year. We expect them to have better seasons that they did last year. We expect the public opinion about these guys to turn around a little bit. Not saying that we expect these guys to end number one in their position or end up even being top 12. Just the potential rise in ADP, because we feel like maybe the reason it failed isn't totally their fault. Maybe it was team issues. Maybe it was bad coaching, injury. There's a lot that can go into play, man, and go into your rookie year, and you're still trying to figure it out and adjust to the game. So we got some guys on our list that we actually enjoy and we like, and we think it's only up from here. So that's what we're gonna get into. And he played at Nipsey because we ready to get into business.
I'm ready to come out the blocks, man. And also with these leaps, that don't necessarily mean someone needs to be a wide receiver 1 or RB1. Like if you go from a wide receiver 4 to wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 2, that's a leap. So hey, it's Dynasty, it's a marathon. RP to Nip. So it ain't all about the instant gratification. It's all about the process. So I'm excited, bro. I'm ready, man.
I'm excited, bro, and I'm ready, man.
You gotta let me go, bro. I'm ready.
Go ahead, bro. You start off. I'll follow you up.
Man, let's go to Cincinnati, man. T. Higgins. Like, I know they just drafted Jamar Chase. Everyone, is down on Higgins and down on Boyd. But, hey, look, keep this in mind. Look, Giovanni Bernard just left. That's 59 targets vacated or 49. A.J. Green just left. That's 104 targets vacated. So you got 160 targets plus on the table. Joe Burrow, as you guys know, he got to throw the ball 40-plus times a game. Plenty of targets to go around the Chase. Plenty of targets to go around the Higgins. Plenty of targets to go around the Boyd. I don't know why people are down on Higgins right now, but hey, if you give me a T. Higgins that gets 8 to 12 targets a game, I'll take it. He's a playmaker. He's going to make some shake. He gets down the field. He turns up in the red zone. I'm still all in on T. Higgins. Again, the more playmakers you put around a wide receiver, it just opens him up. Now T. Higgins get the one-on-one coverage on the outside. Hey, easy money. So I like the situation. He got Chase. He got Boyd around him. You got Mixon who catches pass out of the backfield. I like it, man. Perfect situation. So I feel like his stock is down. Get him at a reasonable price. I'm still in on T. Higgins. I like him as a wide receiver too. Just give him the volume because they're going to be a negative game script.
Bro, I fuck with T. Higgins. And what people fail to realize is, bro, A.J. Green had a lot of target share last year. I don't know why, but he had a lot of targets thrown at him last year. So you take away the fact that Gio's gone, so those are open targets. They could go somewhere else. So it isn't like Jamar's coming in and they have to find targets for him. It's just like, I can still see T. Higgins leading the trio of receivers in touchdowns because he's the bigger guy. I love him, bro, and I love what they're doing for the offense. And, like we talked about it after the draft, they didn't take an O lineman. The next best way to protect your quarterback is to give him more just weapons. So I like them taking Jamar Chase. And I like if Chase is going to be the one getting the main coverage, bro, that's even better sign for T. Higgins. So people forget that shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I do want to throw in Higgins had 108 targets last year. So he's already getting 100 targets. So,
yeah, bro.
No need to abandon that, man. And he stays on the field, too.
And Joe Burrow before he went down, he had so many 300 yards games, bro, because they had to throw the ball. The defense isn't any better. And if the defense isn't good, I don't care how efficient you guys want Joe Mixon to be with his work. They're not going to be able to give him 25 rushes a game when they get in their ass whooped. So they're going to keep on throwing the ball. And that's just more to spread around. Jamar Chase is not going to get 200 out of the 300 yards every rip. They got to go around to other people.
And on top of that, man, they didn't even invest in an O-line, man. So they got to throw. And can't throw it to Chase every time. So
now,
sophomore leap T. Higgins, man. I got him as wide receiver 2. All right, bro. Who you got for us?
Okay, my bad. OG Mike just sent me a text that you dropping Wilson. And I completely forgot that you just told me Jeff Wilson got hurt. I thought I accidentally dropped Zach or something in a couple leagues I had to draft.
Okay.
I was about to say, damn, bro, I accidentally dropped somebody. I was about to
drop both of them.
Low key, trade bait. I'm in the DM right now talking to somebody that wants Zach Wilson. So remember that play I told you?
That's what's up.
Big facts. All right, let me get to a guy, the first running back taken, the only one taken in the first round last year in a draft full of talented stud running backs. Let's talk about Mr. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back on arguably the top offense in the NFL, 22 years old. Look, they said Pat Mahomes handpicked him last year. I don't think they're getting rid of him. They got rid of Le'Veon. They didn't bring back Damian. They still got Darrell Williams there. But what does that mean for anything? I mean, he was okay when he was on the field, but this is what people fail to realize. if you take away all the post-draft hype and just take Clyde Edwards-Helaire for what he is, he was probably the 5th most talented running back coming out last year. But he ended up on the best team, on a team that didn't give him as many opportunity as I think he will get. I think they will start slowing the ball down and everything won't be so pass heavy. I do think he'll walk in some more touchdowns this year. He only had 4 rushing touchdowns, bro. That's because Pat just was throwing that ball. And I think even Kansas City's going to get to the point where they realize, like, you have to be efficient with the run game too. Because no matter how good Pat Mahomes is and how good those weapons are, you have to be able to be two-dimensional for these defenses. Because you get out there, your offensive line ain't the best, you'll find a defense that'll lock you down. So you're talking about a guy who only broke the 70% snap barrier one time on the year, bro. And his backups are not that good to be keeping him off the field. So I do think there's a situation where he will rise in snap percentage. Look, bro, the first 7 weeks, he was double-digit points in fantasy. That's not horrible. Yeah, he's not giving you the big bust, the big boom games. I think that's why a lot of people are mad. But I'm not going to get mad because right now he ended up as a back-end RB2, running back 22, full-point PPR. You give him some more catches, let him stumble into a few more rushing touchdowns, a few more snaps, bro. We will love Clyde Edwards-Helaire, especially at his price, because it just keep on going down. Man, you think about where it was and how high it was and like where it is now. I think he's the perfect RB2 that can finish top 15, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think he's closer to RB15 than RB24, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. And also, he can give you some RB1 weeks. So that's solid, man. Like, again, especially in PPR, like you'll take that type of production. I actually punted running backs in some leagues, so I actually got Clyde running as my RB1 in my roster, from a roster standpoint. I'm comfortable with it, man. It is what it is. I'll just, live with the outcome. But I do have him as an RB2. Again, he's in a perfect system, man. Andy Reid, all these pass catchers. You got to focus on Tyreek. You got to double him. You got Kelsey. So, hey, the rushing lanes open up for Clyde. So, and he can do damage in the passing game too. I like it, man. All right, let's go to San Fran, Mr. Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk it. So, wide receiver, look, taken in the first round last year. He only played 12 games last year, and he still had 96 targets. So, left 4 games on the table. Easily, he's a 100-target wide receiver, man. And, of course, I know they dealt with the injuries last year with Kittle being out and Debo being out. But, hey, Brandon Ayuk, he's going to stay on the field. Even when all those guys were there, he still stayed on the field, and he moves the ball, man. So, he gets – big catches down the field. He's a big play guy. He could easily have 3 catches, and next thing you know, you got 12 points easily just because he's downfield. So he's a prototypical guy, prototypical size. I just love the upside and potential, man. He has everything, all the tools to be a wide receiver 1. I have him as a wide receiver 2 this year, going into a sophomore leap. I'm curious to see how he looks with Trey Lance, but I love Brandon Ayuk, man. So I'm trying to go get him everywhere. If you have any wide receiver needy teams, hey, I'm willing to trade. If you have a projected first, it's going to be late. I'm willing to trade that late projected first to get a Brandon Ayuk. If you have multiple first-round picks and you have some second-round picks, stuff like that, I'm hella comfortable moving a first-round pick to go get Brandon Ayuk. Make sure it's one of your lates. Don't, move a first that's projected to be early. I'd rather have Ayuk over a guy like Pittman. I mean, hey, we're talking about a guy, who's with my coach, but I just love the potential and upside, and he's a baller, man. So what are your thoughts on Ayuk?
I love Brandon Ayuk. I think he's the pure wide receiver in that offense. I think Debo is a good receiver and a good just receiving weapon for Kyle Shanahan. I think they like the way they want to use Debo, short slants, right at the line of scrimmage. They'll run the ball with him, and he also can run routes. But I think Brandon Ayuk will stay on the field as a receiver that can actually run all the routes and be dominant. So I love Brandon Ayuk. I like what everybody in that offense brings to the table because everybody does something different, which makes it hard to read as an offense. So I love them. Tight end to receivers, running back system. I love everything they have going over there.
Yeah, and to be determined, man. Hopefully Kittle and Debo can stay healthy, man. But if not, that opens up more opportunities for Ayuk. So I'm trying to go get Brandon Ayuk right after this podcast. Like, I'm literally trying to get him everywhere I can.
I got him, bro.
I'm about to come talk, man.
Come talk, my nigga. All right, so this is what we're doing. We're gonna do Mr. Jalen Reagor, another one of those first round guys that I just talked about Clyde. This is a receiver. This is a guy that went to Philadelphia. They brought him in, and he was kind of a gadget player when he was in college. So one of those guys that can run the ball, catch the ball, do a lot on all levels of the field. But I really think in the NFL, he's never going to be a wide receiver one. I don't think he should have been drafted to be a wide receiver one. Maybe they drafted him thinking, maybe Alshon will come back, or Deshaun will come back healthy, or JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who they had, and then the two tight ends. You thought you would be able to move Rieger around and place him where he needs to be. And I never think when he got back from injury that he got to be utilized the way that he should have been. So going into the year, he ended the year with 54 targets, 31 receptions, 396 yards, and only a touchdown. You got to pin some of that on staying hurt. He started the first couple of games, and he was banged up for like 6 weeks straight. So this is a guy coming into a year. They drafted Devonta Smith, so I know a lot of people are probably scared of him. But JJ didn't do nothing. Fogum faded away. Deshaun's gone. Alshon's gone. In my opinion, I think Ertz is going to be gone before the season starts. So that leaves a situation where you have a fresh quarterback who has to build rapport with Devonta Smith, who I think is going to be a stud. Dallas Goedert as tight end. And I think Jalen Reagor could go out there and be moved all over the field, run some slot, run some outside. They don't run the ball 4 times. 4 rushes, 26 yards, which isn't bad when you think about, the rushing yards per carry. That's a guy that I don't think how highly he was drafted, he should be looked at so low. He finished as the wide receiver in 96, bro. You sitting here telling me that you wouldn't take a chance on a guy who's a first rounder. You could probably go, what's the difference between these guys at the back end of the second that we like that didn't have nowhere near the draft capital? You got some guys like, who's going at the back end of the second round, bro? So I can start comparing if I rather have Jalen Reagor over them. Like, Amon-Ra St. Brown might fuck around and get wide receiver 1 targets, but you think about
Terrace
guys,
Marshall,
you think
Elijah
about guys
Moore.
after that, man. What kind of potential do they have to even see the potential of targets that Jalen Reagor is going to see this year? So, if you have that second round pick and like mid to late second, and people are completely off Reagor, man, I would toss that thing out because he still has potential to be in a good offense. People love Jalen Hurts going forward. And whatever that offense is doing and that coaching staff is doing, it might be a good system. And if it is, it's going to be because Reagor was playing just as good as they expected him to going into the draft last year.
Yeah, I feel like his ceiling is like a Hollywood Brown, a boomer bust flex type play. So I wouldn't be comfortable running Reagor and like a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. I don't even know if I want him in the flex, man. So I'm not completely sold on that situation. But of course, bringing in Devonta does open him up. So curious to see what that Philly offense looks like year 2 with Jalen Hurts taking over from day 1, at least at the start of the season. But man, he was a guy that I was unsure of, and I'm still unsure. So I just got to see it, man. So this might be a situation that I miss out on just being overly cautious. But
I'll say this: he finally picked up some from week. He had a bye week 9, so I'm going to pass that. But from week 8 to 17. So if you count those weeks minus the bye, he has 6 weeks where he finally had every week he had over more than 6 targets. And that's fair, especially like in an offense where you don't expect to get the number 1 coverage from a cornerback. And I think they're going to run him out the backfield some now. I think they're going to use him as a gadget weapon. I think they like him. They drafted him in the first. So I think there's a world where he shows improvement. I think he was banged up all last year. Reagor is a good receiver. And if you're telling me somebody's going to take some back end seconds for him, I'll take them all day, every day.
all right, not mad at it. I'm looking forward to seeing a new identity for the Eagles, though, that whole offense. So a lot of opportunity across the board, like with everybody. So I will say that.
Bro, wide receiver 96.
Yeah, he's going to take a leap, though, for sure.
Yeah, bro. That's if he can't be your wide receiver 8 on your team and go up in ADP, then I'm just playing crazy.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into my third guy. Let's go to Chicago. We got a tight end, Cole Comet. So this is a situation where, of course, they ran Jimmy Graham last year. But if you look at, week 10, right before the bye week, you start to see a changing of the guard. So you start to see Jimmy Graham's snap count and percentage trend down and Cole Komet's trend up. So, man, I just love the situation, stepping in there with a Justin Fields. Of course, we all watched the college football playoffs, and we saw the rapport that Justin Fields has with his tight ends finding the end zone. What game was that? Alabama? Or was that the Clemson game where he peppered the tight end with targets and all that good stuff? But either way, man, you got a rookie franchise QB stepping in there. And we always like to say a tight end is a young QB's best friend. So you got a 6'6" target that can catch, that can run, that can block. I just love the upside. So I have Comet, man, as a top 12 play this year at the tight end position. And I know everything outside of the top 7 doesn't really mean nothing, but we're talking about a sophomore, man. So I'll take that sophomore leap in the Comet. Love the opportunity, love the upside. Looks like they found a franchise QB. They still got Allen Robinson there, and they got David Montgomery, who's running the ball, toting the rock. So I can see Comet sneaking out there, catching some sneaky passes, man, some tight end screens and getting up the field on top of being a red zone target.
Big facts. I like him. You know me, I got a lot of Comet everywhere, man. I just seen the potential coming out of college, and then just seeing, I think they brought Jimmy in just to be kind of a mentor to him for a year, man. I ain't mad at that because Jimmy ain't the best blocker, but Jimmy's been a hell of a receiving option for years and years when it comes to the tight end position, man. So I'm not mad at that. He's always been a team player. It's never heard any bad issues from Jimmy Graham. So why not let your receiver and tight end come in? It usually takes a couple years for them to get acclimated to the system and the game. Learn behind a vet that did it at a very high level. So I like some Comet, bro. I really do. And that offense doesn't have a lot of weapons. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I know everybody's so hype about Darnell Mooney, but little receiver, not excited about, anything that he can really do as far as his prospects. But him and Anthony Miller don't seem like they're going to pan out, in my opinion. So if the season starts and Comet's the number 2 option on that team, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fire, bro. Like, you got a, tight end that's basically a PPR monster that can help you compete against Kelsey and Waller. Yeah. I think he's going to put up those numbers every week, but you never know. Week by week, he can go off and just compete, give you 7 targets, and also score a touchdown. I like it. I like the upside. Big
facts. All right. I'm going to name one more receiver, first-round receiver, first one taken in the draft last year, just to give some kind of confidence on, because I think these are 2 guys that potential just has fell through the damn roof. And like I said, these aren't guys I'm telling you are going to be wide receiver 1s. They probably want to be wide receiver 2s. But the way they finish and the way their outlook is right now, I'm just telling you that shit's going to rise. And if you can get in on these guys, these are 2 guys that have the potential to, when you finally look at names when you're drafting, you be like, damn, risk versus reward. And I'm taking the reward all day. This is a receiver that finished as the PPR 95th receiver. So the 2 I named, 95th and 96. If you sit here and tell me Henry Ruggs doesn't have the potential to flirt with being a wide receiver 3 in that offense, they finally got rid of Nelson Aguilar. They were using Nelson Aguilar in a way you would love to see them use their first-round receiver. And maybe it's just because these other guys started to get banged up that they started just dominantly putting Ruggs on the outside. But coming into the season, you heard rumors of him playing in the slot, and that's what got me excited about Henry Ruggs. One of the fastest guys in the NFL running slot first round, so they have the draft capital. Oh, they're going to use him. Get big guys all around him. Waller at the tight end. He's the number 1 no matter what. But even the hype for Brian Edwards on the outside, in my mind, all they did was open up space for Ruggs. And Derek Carr is one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. I don't care what you think about Derek Carr. He's efficient. He has a pretty good deep ball. And, you see that offense, they want to run, but running the ball opens up passing plays. And if you can run the ball well, that opens up those deep threats.
Especially on play action.
Yeah, bro. And Henry Ruggs is one of the top deep threats in the league, hands down, no matter what, even with the small sample size that we've seen, just because of his speed. And we know he's talented. So, there's no way, unless there's injury, that he ends the season with 43 targets like he got last year. He didn't break the 500-yard mark, but his yards per catch were 17.38, bro. That's amazing. So you get a few more of those with his big play potential. He's always going to be involved. He can run the ball. They only let him carry it 9 times for 50 yards. That's pretty good yards per carry. And he can still do kickoff and punt return. I still think he's going to be all over the place on this offense. And once they start getting him acclimated to using him to his strengths, bro, there's no way he will be a wide receiver 8 on anybody's team.
Yeah.
If that's the price he's going for, I want both of those guys all day.
I will say this. I am more excited about the Ruggs situation than the Rieger situation. I feel like the Raiders didn't know how to use Ruggs. Like, we take him first wide receiver off the board. Like, he should have been featured more last year, but Nelson was the guy. But now that he's gone, yeah, all the opportunity in the world for Henry Ruggs. Just put the ball in his hands, whether it's on some sweeps, whether it's on play action, screens. Like, let him do his thing. He can run routes too. So I'm excited. I have some Ruggs. I don't mind running Ruggs in the flex. So he's a flex play for me. I still have him as a wide receiver 4 right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he creeped into the wide receiver 3 range. But he does have that boom or bust feel to it. But again, it's all about the Raiders choose to leverage him. So they got John Gruden. He's an old school guy. Wants to run the ball. He got 2 running backs now. He can do that with. But man, you got a weapon there in Ruggs, man. Like, to me, that just comes down to a coaching scheme and issue. Like, they're not really leveraging their playmaker how they should. So
he's a whole weapon, bro.
Whole weapon.
Whole weapon.
All right, man. Any other guys you want to touch on?
Can I talk about Joe Burrow just for a little bit?
Yeah.
The number 1 quarterback taken in the draft last year, just how Trevor was overly hyped. We're all excited about Burrow. Screw the other quarterbacks in the draft, even though Tua was supposed to be the man, and Herbert had been doing it in college for so long, it didn't matter. Joe Burrow put up the best college QB season we've ever seen in the history of college football, and we fucking loved him. He goes down with a minor knee injury, and it's like, hey, we got to remember that hype that was coming into the season. Look, all they went and did was went and got a whole nother receiver for him and a guy that we fucking love. So give him a trio full of weapons. He still has Mixon, and just the direction of the team, it looks like they want to be pass heavy. They didn't improve the O-line, which would have helped the running back and protect them a little bit more, but that just lets me know, hey, the form of protection we're going to take is throwing the ball better and throwing it out faster. So Joe Burrow has so many 300-yard games. He didn't have a lot of high touchdown games yet, but I think those will come with him getting acclimated, get more comfortable to the system. Like I said, and even adding more weapons. I'm excited to see Joe Burrow, and I just had to speak about this because I've seen about 4 or 5 trades amongst my leagues where you can get Joe Burrow plus for Trevor Lawrence. And I'm like, shit, we hope Trevor Lawrence is going out there putting up 300-yard games right off the bat. And let me ask you this. If you had to take, I know it's Travis Etienne or James Robinson, whichever one you want to take, just off pure talent, who's better, Travis Etienne or Joe Mixon off pure talent?
Pure talent, bro. Joe Mixon, bro, for me.
All right, now you give all the receiving weapons. Who's better? Who got the better weapons, Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence?
Joe Burrow.
Easy. So I think we need to draw back and remember what we thought about Joe Burrow before the knee injury and maybe go buy him. I'm not saying his stock is low, but man, rookie fever is crazy. So
yeah,
Joe Burrow was balling before he got hurt in a bad system, and nobody was comfortable yet with anything. And I think he's going to keep shooting up. And it looks like he's going to be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I'm going to say go get all those Cincinnati weapons, man. They're going to have to throw. Like, even Tyler Boyd can flirt with 80-plus targets. So we already know Higgins and Chase going to get their 100 targets. So, yeah, go get all those pieces. I want to backtrack to the Vegas Raiders. Man, Brian Edwards, man, like, I still like his potential and upside. So he's a sleeper. I'm still want to go get trying to roster everywhere. That situation with the Ruggs and Edwards feels like the Colts situation. Who's going to be the number 1? Is it going to be Paris Campbell or is it going to be Michael Pittman? So it's almost like you got to just, gamble and plant your flag. And, if you can get both, get both. Just see how it pans out. But if I had to pick one, I'd rather have a Brian Edwards. Maybe he can fulfill that Michael Crabtree type role, that big body or that Jordy Nelson role when he first got to the Raiders. And then for the Colts, man, give me Michael Pittman, man. And I still like Paris Campbell. He does a lot of damage. The Colts do scheme Paris Campbell. They put the ball in his hands. But if I had to plant my flag, give me the big body wide receivers.
I have a confession that I have not brought to you as a brother or to this podcast.
All right, what's up?
I am completely off Paris Campbell. Bro.
You are? Tell me why.
Man, I don't want the guy that for 4 years in a row, it's like, oh, man, he's going to do it. Don't do it. Stay hurt. I'm over it, bro. I just don't want it. Here's the thing. I'm not, and you know me, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, he's injury prone, so I'm off of him. I'm never that guy. But if you ain't shown me nothing and you injury prone, what am I investing my safe feelings for you? Like, man, if he's just like how people are off Saquon, so it's like I don't give a fuck if you off Saquon. Saquon is Saquon. And but I don't want Paris Campbell because he might have had a game or two, but that's it. So if you can't stay healthy and those 2 games that you probably done showed up a little bit, that don't do nothing for me. And they keep on getting more weapons and putting other things in place in that system. I'm just kind of over it.
I will say this: last time Campbell got hurt, it was a helmet to the knee. It was very unfortunate. So I think we should give him, some, at least another shot there, at least going into this year.
Now,
I got some Paris Campbell, man. I'm excited to see what he do this year.
You sound like a nigga that got some Paris Campbell
I do.
shares.
I got a couple, bro. Hey, he was doing his thing. He had a nice start to the season, man. Give me about 14, 15 points of PPR. We'll take that. So I believe we got Seattle. I believe the camp is flying to town. Camp will be in town.
Okay,
week 1.
Sierra by herself.
Man, I think they heard me talking shit, so they pulled up.
Private jet with Russell Wilson face on it.
Yeah, they gave us Seattle week 1, man, here in Indy, man. So
that means we about to score 80 on them niggas. They defense still safe.
All right, there you go. So that's when you go flip Paris Campbell.
I know after he put up the 21 points, 2 touchdowns, 1 was a rushing touchdown.
That's true. Like I said, they put the ball in his hands though. So all right, man. One last guy I do want to touch on real quick.
Pause.
Tua Tagovailoa. I said his name right.
Bro, it's been a long time since you got a long last name right.
Yeah, bro. But hey, look, of course he's gonna be a QB2. He's a starter now, but I have him as QB 15 on the season. So you talk about QB2, for me, anything past 15 don't really matter. Like those are streaming options, in my opinion. So if you're in that top 15, what are we doing at the QB position? But I have Tua as a QB 15, so top half of that QB2. And a lot of weapons. They brought in Waddle. I like what they did there. Give him a piece that he's familiar with, similar to what they did for Trevor Lawrence with the Travis Etienne situation. Like that's how you invest in your franchise QBs. Like set them up for success. You know what I'm saying? Let them know you got a familiar piece out there. So, of course, you still got Mike Gesicki. He's a talented pass catcher at the tight end position. He's basically a big-ass wide receiver. So, between that, I'm not too excited about the Devontae Parker, but he can make plays.
They said Preston Williams coming along with his injury.
Yeah, so you're going to have Preston out there, too. They got big bodies, man. So, between Waddle, he's a smaller guy, but he can do damage. And then you got Gesicki. Then you got Gaskin, bro. Myles Gaskin. He's a PPR monster. So, I'm still surprised that they didn't bring in another running back there, but it's all good. I do like Gaskins outside the tackles and in the passing game. I'm just not a fan of him in between the tackles, but maybe he's taking a leap. We'll see.
You know why they didn't bring nobody in?
Tell me why.
It's 2 stud-ass running backs coming out next year that we're not going to talk about right now, but if they get some Breece Hall on their team.
Or some Tank. Is it Bigsby or Bixby?
Bixby.
Okay.
And because they have, I think they got 2 or 3 first-round picks next year. Just throwing it out.
Shout out to Miami, man. So they probably ain't one of those running backs. So, yeah, man, run your Myles Gaskin, and then if you're not making the playoffs,
trading,
flip them for a first.
Big flip.
Big flip. I might have been a year too early on my Myles Gaskin take that, based on that.
It'd be like that, though.
It's all good, man. I really, be ahead of the curve. Watch the dip.
And who says it's Gaskin? Because
Salvin Ahmed.
Salvin Ahmed.
Bro, I didn't know what was going on over there.
Man.
Didn't look bad when he was playing.
No, he didn't. He actually, when he stepped in there, was it a game or 2? Was it 2
Yeah,
weeks?
2 games. I think they have just a plug-and-play offense for the running back. They just give him a whole bunch of run. They get him down there at the goal line. He'll score. He'll pass. I think whoever they're probably a plug-and-play running back system, to be honest.
Similar to San Fran.
Yeah, just don't look as cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Look. Thank you, Dynasty Bro Vic, for giving us those sophomore leaps. Thank you, Dynasty Bro Dot, for giving us these sophomore leaps. Go get these guys whether you trade right now. Remember, man, some of these guys, we just hope that the rookies that we're excited about can do what they did in their first seasons last year. So go get these guys, go get these young vets. And we didn't speak on Jerry Jeudy, but we both agreed that his ADP will rise too.
Yep.
But we don't got to speak on him.
Yeah, he's fire. We want to hit on some other guys.
The other guys. All right, so what we're going to do is let's close this motherfucker down and get to the say something good to the people. And that's where, man, if you had a good ass day, you come to this microphone and you tell the listeners, like, damn, I had a good ass day. And then tell why that day was good. Or you had a shitty day, you step to that microphone and say, man, look, my day was this shitty and this is why. That's what we come here for, man, to just get the shit off our chest, basically. And enlighten the people of some new news, just anything that we want to bring to this platform. So that's what we do. And I think we do a hell of a job every week.
Fire.
So we're doing the closing. Anybody want to volunteer to go first? I try not to always go first since I'm always doing the introduction of it. I try not to roll straight into it. But
I got you, Dot.
all right, my nigga DJ Avo got this.
I just want to tell everybody, as always, keep your head up, keep moving forward. I'm pretty sure it's still Mental Awareness Month, so just keep working on your mentals, keep those locked in. As Dot said last week, make sure keep your physical in line also, because those two things apparently are important. I should know. I've been talking to my therapist a lot about it. So, hey, I just encourage everybody to do the same and keep moving forward, because you can make it and you will be okay. And there's always hope and light at the end of the tunnel. That's right.
It's fire. Vic, you want to go or you want me to roll out?
I can go.
Go ahead, my brother.
All right, man. So I know a while back with this whole COVID vaccine and vaccination, all this good stuff, I was on the fence. And just like with fantasy, sometimes you pivot. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to come around to the light. So I actually got my first COVID vax on Monday. And basically, I guess for me, originally what I couldn't convey and what I wasn't illustrating with my hesitation was I just need to see the data as far as around like, new vaccine rolling out. I didn't want to be the first in line, so to speak. Let's see how it goes. But here's what I learned and found that made me a little bit more comfortable. About 40% of the country has been vaccinated up until this point, which is over 200 million people. So from a short-term effect standpoint, they roll out these vaccines. So from what I'm seeing, just given that, made me a little bit more comfortable. Now, of course, the long-term to be determined. But at the end of the day, I've had the flu before. That shit took me out. So if you're telling me COVID is 10 times worse than that, I don't want no parts of that. And plus, I've been wearing my mask and social distancing, and my parents, they got their vaxes. So I want to make sure I'm still doing my part. They've been my motivation for this. I want to make sure, I'm not bringing any harm to them since they were at risk. So that was all the motivation I needed to go ahead and move forward with the vax. So just letting y'all know, I pivoted, getting my vax. I already did it, and I got round 2 in about 3 weeks.
My guy been inside and still got beef. My nigga still got beef with everybody. But yeah, shout out to you for getting the vax, bro.
Yeah,
that's fine. I just want to say this: we got
shout out to Pfizer.
We got a trade offer.
Got that Pfizer.
What's our trade offer?
They want to give me Hopkins for Terry and Coca. I can't give a Coca after I just talked them up. Come on, man. You think they're watching live?
I don't know. That's a hell of a trade.
That is a hell of a trade. Let me see if I'm in a win now situation.
I will hit that accept like a motherfucker. If this person live, you better hit that accept for this person to take that shit.
Yeah, that'll work, bro. Because basically, I'm already running down Waller, so swap out Terry for Hopkins.
Yeah, bro. You don't even need Comet when you got Dan Waller.
Tyler Higgs is my backup at that point, but let's do it, man. Let's shake up the league.
You don't even need a backup for 1 week.
I got Brevin Jordan stewing on the slow cooker.
Bro, you don't even need, you just need a 1 week fill in, bro.
Jimmy Butler.
And this might be Higby's year, bro. You got a better quarterback. They might be throwing more efficient. That's a hell of a come. Hey, why no? Let me check my shit. Ain't nobody listening to send me nothing.
I just did it, bro.
Let me get into my say some good to the people. I just want to shout out the support system that I have, man. They're fucking awesome. My friends, my family, my brothers, my parents, they're fucking awesome. Shout out to my mom. My mom is always on here saying, I love y'all son. So shout out to her. She watched the podcast and she knows nothing about football.
Sorry for cussing. We love you, Mom.
I just cuss. Nah, I low-key told my mom that she would be my say something good to the people. She came and picked my son up today. They had my son while I was out of town. My mom just looks out and love her to death. Just make sure you call your parents and your loved ones, tell them you love them. My mom is dope. Gave her the biggest hug today. I need to do something special for that lady. I know Mother's Day just passed, but I still need to do something else special for that lady, man. She's awesome. So shout out to Mom Dukes. Love you to death. That's L.Z. If you ain't know, don't forget the dots. Mama, I love you. Big hearts, baby.
Love you, Mon Dukes.
Boom. Bring it to the big hearts.
That's fire. Shout out to Mon Dukes. Hey, my team fire now. Fire, bro.
Am I in that league with you? I hope not.
Nah, you not, bro. My receivers, bro. First, I got the Kyler and Hopkins stack now. I got Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Darren Waller, Devonta Smith, Juju, Julio Jones, Gibson, Mostert, and Trevor Lawrence.
Bro, how the hell you get that team, bro?
I be working, bro.
You need to flip one of them receivers to get you a running back.
I do, though. I do.
That Mostert shit trash.
But I do got.
This is the answer to your question, Dad.
I do got.
That's how he got that team.
Now with OPP.
That's how you got this team.
Making trades, man. It's OPP.
Is that OPP?
I mean,
you must have heard the kids about Burton.
Yeah, bro. I don't think this is how Vic got that team.
Other people's property.
No, nigga. That ain't what the P stands for.
Other people's property. That's what we're going with today.
I still don't like your analogy.
It's cool though. Hey, I still got Rojo on that squad, and I got Paris Campbell. What's up? They need to give me that running back tag.
Trade that nigga Paris, bro. Trade Paris and Rojo and get it.
And I got
trade Rojo and Paris and get Leonard Fournette.
And I got the Jets backfield on lock with Perrine and Michael Carter.
Ooh, okay, you got Michael Carter. He's gonna get some. He's gonna get some play.
I'm good, bro. That's my guy.
Bro, trade one of them receivers and get a running back.
I'm good, bro. I'm trying to win the shit.
Nah, bro. Your team gonna be team fire if you get a running back.
All right,
trade Julio. You probably can't get what Julio's worth right now.
It's cool, bro. Julio,
bro, that Julio for Brandon Ayuk trade look money for me now.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, my nigga.
All right, what we doing? We getting out of here?
Yeah, we gonna get the fuck up out of here. I don't know if Avo deserves to get us the fuck up.
We should, bro. We've been kind of quiet this episode.
Analogy. That was a stupid ass analogy.
I thought it was good.
This is how he got. This is how he got that team.
Making trades, busting moves. I don't see how it doesn't fit. I don't get it. But hey, maybe I'm just slow.
Well,
clearly it's cool. We're gonna go out here on this smooth tip. Tell a friend that your boy goes in because it's here next Tuesday, the Tuesday after that, and the Tuesday after that. Me and Doc gonna be on live. Then Vic gonna slide in on live. Then we're gonna get this thing jumping. Vic take us out. I'm going home. I got a baby to pick up. Doc got a baby to pick up. Vic got a dog to pick up. We out here today. Let's go.
Let's go.
I gotta tell a quick story. I'll be on the phone with Avo. We be talking, and then the conversation be getting good. About to go into some deep, insightful shit, and he be like, "All right, bro, I gotta go. Baby got hiccups. Like I got the phone." We be on some shit like that.
It's always something like that.
Bro, wife just put up in the garage. Baby got hiccups. I gotta go.
Damn, bro, I'm about to go pick my baby up. She said she wants some apple juice. I'm about to get off this phone. What?
You can't multitask. Can't burp her and give her the apples.
No, stupid.
You'll see.
I guess I'm slow.
I guess I'm slow.
Shout out to my brother, man. Love you, bro.
Let's go.
We out.